Hello students. So today in class 9th, we are going to start with chapter 3 tissue, muscular tissue. So this is the second type of animal tissue. Today we are going to discuss muscular tissue in detail. So here you can see on the screen 3 type of muscular tissues are mentioned. So this is first type of muscular tissue, which is known as striated tissue or striated muscles. You can see in this tissue long cylindrical cells are present. They have bands on them. So this is the structure of striated. Next we have the structure of unstriated. You can see here spindle shaped cell is there. Spindle means which is wide from the center and narrow at the tips. So such cells are present in unstriated. Then we have cardiac. So this is the structure of cardiac muscle. You can see it is branched. It is joined here and it is having bands on it. Okay. Next we have the difference between of striated, unstriated and cardiac muscle. On the screen you can see, first I have mentioned striated muscles are unbranched, unstriated they are also unbranched, but cardiac these are branched. Then let's talk about the nucleus. In striated muscle, inside one cell many nucleus are present, so it is multinucleated. In unstriated, it is uninucleated. That means only one nucleus is present. In cardiac muscle, again uninucleated, only one nucleus per cell. Point 3. Striated muscle get fatigued. Fatigued means tired, thakavat. Striated muscles get fatigued. After working, after some time, they get fatigue. But unstriated, they never get fatigue. No fatigue. Cardiac muscle, same, no fatigue. Then in fourth point, we can discuss the presence of bands. In striated muscle, dark and light bands are there. In unstriated, no bands are there. And in cardiac, again, bands are present. In last point, this is an example of all different type of muscles. In striated muscle, so this is found in legs, arms, your tongue. So basically these muscles help you to work according to your will. So this is the reason they are also known as voluntary muscles. The meaning of voluntary is according to your will. Means these are under your control. So striated muscles, that means which are present in legs and arms, they work according to you, with your choice only. If you don't want to work, legs and arms, they are not going to work. If you want to run, the muscles of leg will help you to run. Alright? Similarly, unstriated, these are known as involuntary. Look at the example. Stomach, intestine. So these muscles are present in the walls of stomach and intestine, and these are involuntary. That means they don't work according to your will. They are continuously working without our will. For example, you have taken your meal and stomach is digesting your food. Does stomach take your permission? No. It works accordingly. Whenever it is getting food, it will start its process. So those muscles help in the digestion. So these are involuntary. That means these are not under our control. Cardiac muscles are also involuntary. You can see only example is heart. So these muscles are present in the walls of heart. So they will not work according to us. They are continuously working without getting fatigue. Suppose if the muscle of heart get fatigue and stop working, what is going to happen? Heart will stop beating. Once heart stop beating, what is next? Person will die. So keep in mind, cardiac muscles and unstriated muscles, they don't get tired, they always work. Cardiac muscle, it works 24/7. That means every time it is working without break. So this was your muscle tissue. In case any query you can ask the teacher, right? So these are the main points that you have to keep in your mind. Thank you, students. Hello, students. So today's topic is connective tissue. So from this word connective tissue, what you are getting? So what idea you are having? Connective means to connect something. That means to connect one part with the another. So in animal tissue, this is the third type of tissue, and it is having further 3 types in it. Connective tissue proper, hard connective tissue, and fluid connective tissue. So first of all, let's start discussing connective tissue in detail. So let's see. Here we are having all the subtypes of connective tissue proper. First is areolar tissue. So this tissue binds different organ. This tissue binds the skin, right? Let's take an example. So just try to pull your skin. Are you able to pull it? Only little much of skin can be pulled, but not much. Why? Because this is binded with the help of areolar tissue, right? Next we have adipose tissue. This tissue stores fat in it. So it is having several functions inside our body. First of all, it provides insulation to our body. It is present under the skin throughout the body. So this is the reason our body temperature remains constant. It doesn't allow the heat of the body to move outside. Whatever temperature is in our surrounding is there, our body temperature is not going to change because of adipose tissue. Second, this tissue when present around delicate organ, it acts as shock absorber. So it will absorb the shock whenever you fall or any mechanical injury is there. So due to this adipose tissue, our delicate organ doesn't get injured. Next we have fibrous connective tissue. Fibrous connective tissue is made up of fibers. Those fibers are collagen fiber, elastin fiber. Fibrous tissue is having 2 types, tendons and ligaments. So tendons are made up of collagen fiber. Their function is to join muscle to the bone. Then we have ligament. This is made up of elastin fiber, and their function is to join one bone with the another bone. So this was your connective
Next
tissue.
types of connective tissue will be discussed in next class. See you in next class. Take care. Thank you, students.